Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of Noshing with Nikki's special Disney edition. We're back for Festival of Holidays. We're gonna try the rest of the kiosk. It's gonna be so good and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So let's go have some Disney magic fun. All right guys, so we stopped at our first kiosk for the day, a twist on tradition. We got the reimagined beef Wellington, the Reuben tots with Russian dressing and rye toast. So it's just rye toast crumbles, and Russian dressing is essentially Thousand Island dressing. And then we got the vanilla pear mule with a fresh edible orchid. So you can actually eat that orchid on there. So we'll see how that is. I don't usually eat flowers, but I guess I gotta try. So we're gonna try this reimagined Reuben first. We can see there's sort of like a cream sauce on there. We've got a lot of parsley. And then of course we have that beef in there, and that looks really tender. We've got some mushrooms too. As you know, beef Wellington sauce is made with mushrooms, and that just looks really good. And this pastry is gonna be very flaky. It looks like a phyllo pastry. So it just looks delicious. Okay, so let's go ahead and bite off one of Mickey's ears here. That was only pastry. Let's try this one more time. Wow. Oh, that's good. Okay, so there's a lot of flavor in that. The meat is so soft and rich. That pastry is really good. I think it's the same style as the one from the shepherd's pie, but this one's even flakier, lighter. It's delicious. And then the gravy in here is really good. And that cream sauce, you just get little hints of it because there's not a lot, but when you get it, it's really nice. This is actually probably one of my top dishes. We've had a lot of great food. This one's just really fun, savory, and just nice to eat. Definitely messy. If you try and eat it with your hands, you'll get sauce all over your face, but I really like this one. Let's go ahead and try these tots. So you can see that there's sauerkraut, there's some chives, we've got the Russian dressing, which is probably just gonna be Thousand Island. And right here, you've got pastrami chunks. Now, I'm a sucker for tots. I actually really, really enjoy tater tots. And I know they're not great for you, but every once in a while, I just have to try some sort of loaded tot. So I'm very excited about this. These tots are really good. They're not my favorite. I will say that the sauerkraut's really great. And then those pastrami chunks are actually very tender and flavorful. But there's not really a lot going on there. You definitely don't notice those little chunks of toasted bread. You really don't get that at all because you already have the crispiness from the tots themselves. But it is good. It's just not my favorite loaded tots, but it's enjoyable. There's nothing wrong with it. There's just nothing excellent about it. But let's go ahead and try this drink now. Now it should taste like pear, and then we have the ginger beer in there, of course. So it should be really refreshing, really yummy, and good for your tummy. So. Oh, that is so good. I guess I have to try this flour now though. I eat a lot of weird things, but for some reason, eating a flower is just really strange to me. So the flour just tastes like a flour. I guess maybe like lettuce or something. I don't think you need to eat the flour. But this drink is so good. I do get a little hint of pear in there, and I love ginger beer. So this is just really delicious and refreshing. Whether it's hot out or cool out, you're gonna love this drink, and I think it might have knocked the bourbon cranberry cocktail off my tops. But I'm also a mule girl. We're gonna finish up this food here, and we're gonna take you to the next kiosk. All right guys, so here we are at kiosk number 2. This kiosk is called Favorite Things. Now before I review the food, I just want to add in a little note from our last kiosk. With the drink, make sure you stir it before drinking because all the vanilla was at the bottom. Still my favorite drink, but a little too vanilla-y if you don't stir it. Okay, now let's get to this food. We're gonna do the drink first because this marshmallow melts and it's a warm drink, so we want to get to it before it cools down. This is a warm bourbon cider with house-made bourbon-infused marshmallow. So the marshmallow is gonna taste like bourbon, the cider is gonna taste like bourbon, it's gonna be so good. And I think they had this last year and I remember really liking it, but let's see how it is this year. That really is so good. It is a warm cider, so it's gonna be great on the colder nights. You don't really taste the bourbon that much, so it seems like it's not that strong. Oh, actually there's like a little warmth in my throat now that I'm feeling. When the marshmallow melts, the sweetness kind of spreads out on the top. I'm also just kind of gonna maybe pick up this marshmallow and try a little bite of that. I wanna see if it really tastes like bourbon. I don't really taste bourbon in the marshmallow, but it does end up getting soaked up with that cider. So you get a cider kick from the marshmallow. This is a really good drink, very classic. I would recommend getting it. It's nothing crazy, but it is really good. It's very warming and delicious and just a great drink to get. Okay, so we tried the beverage. Now we're gonna go to the foods. We've got a glazed ham shank with a honey crumble. That sounds so good. Sounds like it's gonna be nice and sweet. We've got a holiday stuffing mac and cheese, which, you know, you can't go wrong with mac and cheese. And then we've actually got this cute little Mickey gingerbread cookie. Now this is our first dessert from these kiosks, and I'm very excited. I'm not normally a dessert person, but I love me a gingerbread cookie, and I'll do it for you guys. Let's go ahead and try the food. I'm gonna go in first for this ham shank, and you could just, it's just dripping with a honey glaze. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Okay, so you first get hit with that honey glaze, and that glaze is so delicious. And right away, the first bite of ham is very tender, very soft. It's not perfectly cooked because it does take a little time to chew it, and it's not as soft once you get to the center as I was hoping it would be, but it is really good. That glaze really makes this dish. The glaze is just delicious. Not my favorite dish, but you know, if you like ham, if you like meats that are glazed, then this is a good way to go. So let's go ahead and try this mac and cheese now. I think this was on the list last year too, I'm pretty sure it was. And I remember it being very enjoyable. So I'm excited to try it again. So good. That is incredible. The cheese is so nice and creamy and rich. And that stuffing crumble on top is amazing. It's like garlicky, delicious crouton bites on top of your mac and cheese. I remember this being one of my favorite dishes last year, and in my opinion, it still is one of the best ones. It's just so good. Who doesn't love a good mac and cheese? So good. Okay, let's take out this Mickey cookie. Now, there are Mickey cookies and ice creams and pretzels year round, but this is a gingerbread one, and I love gingerbread. Oh, it's gonna be soft. You just see right away it's gonna be soft. There's sprinkles all over. And I think that's a little piece of like chocolate. It's so good. It's soft gingerbread, so it's not like your crispy gingerbread that you get when you make them at home. And it really just tastes like Christmas. It's really good. I love gingerbread cookies. Yeah, get this. It's so soft. There's a little glaze on top of it, which is delicious. The sprinkles aren't a big thing, but they do add a little crunch in there. And you just can't go wrong with a good Disney gingerbread cookie. One of my favorite things to get during this season, and I'm happy they have this at the kiosk. I'm sorry to eat you, Mickey, but you're so delicious. All right, part 2, kiosk number 2 is done. We're gonna go get the third one. There's gonna be even more food and more drinks. I'm so excited. Let's go. So we've got the food from the last kiosk for you. It's called Merry Mashups. Now I'm really excited for all of this, but look at these cocktails. They are insane. They look so good. You know, I'm gonna cheat for this one because There's a lot here, and there's a lot of long names. So we've got a turkey and stuffing tamal with cranberry relish. This is the long one. A pork al pastor non-taco with pineapple pico de gallo and cilantro lime Dan and Oiko's Greek yogurt crema. And a churros Yule log. And then for drinks, we've got a habanero hibiscus margarita with house-made habanero syrup garnished with a hibiscus flower, and that looks really cool. We've also got house-made horchata with rum cream liqueur topped with crispy cinnamon cereal. Oh, those are gonna be so good. I'm gonna start with this non-taco here. Now, obviously it's a mashup because we've got non and it's a taco, so we've got a few different things going on here. That cilantro crema looks really good. The relish looks tasty. The texture of the naan right away is a little tough just from touching it, so we'll see how it turns out. Wow. Now I have to admit, I judge this dish hard, and it's really, really good. The pineapple in the slaw is so sweet, and then there's a kick in there, like a really good kick, and it's just, you're hit with this spice and the sweetness of the pineapple, and then the naan is actually textured perfectly. The cilantro crema is so good, and the meat itself is savory and seasoned perfectly and marinated perfectly, and I cannot say enough good things about this dish. It's savory, chewy, soft, citrusy, spicy, sweet. You have to get this taco. It's amazing. Okay, let's see how the rest of these dishes pair up against this taco. You can see the texture on this tamal looks like it might be a little hard. The outsides are definitely a little hard. Obviously, there's a lot of the cranberry sauce on top. If the stuffing's on the inside, then there will be enough. Otherwise, there's not much. And then we've got the gravy in there as well. There are big chunks of turkey in there. The flavor in there is really good. I mostly got cranberry in that. The turkey's a little dry, so it's kind of chewy. I didn't really taste the masa much, so I'm gonna try it again. The masa kind of has a weird flavor to it, almost like a sour flavor going on. Masa should be really soft and savory and just kind of melt in your mouth. I mean, this one really doesn't. There's just way too much turkey, and there actually isn't any stuffing on the inside of this tamal, so that little amount that we have on top really is all that we got of the stuffing. So I can see why this could have been a great dish, but I just think the execution wasn't very great. Now again, I'm not a huge dessert person, but I do like churros. It looks like it's gonna be very rich. I love this little mushroom on the top. It's so cute. And we've got another one of these little chocolate leaves. Let's cut into this. Oh, so soft. Okay, I really need this to taste like a delicious churro. I don't like it. I'm gonna try one more bite. Maybe in the center it's better. If you like eating frosting by itself, then you'll love this dish. It looks like there should be a lot of the cake, but it really just tastes like frosting. It's very, very sweet. I'm not a big frosting fan, so I don't really like this. If you want something very rich that tastes like cinnamon, then maybe this is something you'd be into. It's like a buttercream frosting. So it's creamy and smooth, but wow, it's just a lot of frosting. It's not my favorite. And we've still got 2 drinks to try. So let's end this kiosk on a good note. Okay, now this is cool. Check this flower out. So that's a hibiscus flower. And it's been soaking so long that it's turned see-through. It's just really pretty to look at. I don't know if it's edible or not, and I don't know if I want to eat another flower, but it's really pretty. Let's go ahead and try this margarita first. It should be a little spicy because there's a habanero syrup in there. And I've had spicy margaritas before, and they're so good. So I'm excited for this. It's really good. It's not spicy at all. I'm gonna, hold on. Oh my gosh, that was really sour. It's tahini and something very, very sour. Still not spicy, but I like it a lot. It's very refreshing. Pretty sweet from the hibiscus, but not overly sweet. Maybe if you drink the whole thing, it might be a lot. But I like it. I'm not normally into sweet things, but this is really good. Still sour. Okay. Okay, so I have to make a confession. My family is from Guatemala, and I do not like horchata. I just don't like it. I love the cereal crust on top, so I'm gonna take a sip and then maybe go in for some of this whipped cream. Let's try this. It's good for horchata. You know, it could grow on me, actually. You get a lot of cinnamon in there. It's very creamy. You taste the rum. Actually, you know, I'm kind of liking it. I think the more I drink, the more I'll like this. Oh, it's... Yeah. This is good. I don't know why I don't like horchata. Maybe I just need to put rum in my horchata and I would like it more. It's like our version of an eggnog is kind of what this tastes like to me. So, good job, Disney. All right, guys, we're here at the Grand Californian. We were hoping to show you the beautiful Christmas decorations here, but they're not ready yet. You can see they've started on the gingerbread house, and they said they'd be done at latest by Thanksgiving. They do have the hot cocoa and cider and cookies out, and I usually get the peppermint schnapps hot cocoa, but they're out today. So, we can't show you any of that, but you should come and check it out for yourself as soon as they're up and running. It's a beautiful place to be. So to finish out this episode, I'm gonna give you my top foods and drinks from part 1 and 2 of Disney's Festival of Holidays. I would say my favorite foods are the adobo with the garlic rice, the mac and cheese, and that non-taco, and an honorable mention to the deconstructed beef Wellington, and of course the gingerbread cookie. Now my favorite drinks would have to be the vanilla pear mule, and don't judge me for being judgy myself, but that horchata was delicious. The rum was so great. I hope you get a chance to come out here to Disney's Festival of Holidays. We really hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Noshing with Nikki. Now, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. We really hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. We'll be seeing you soon for another episode of Noshing with Nikki. Bye.